Alright guys, I thought this trend could be fun. Also, Eddie hates anime here. I've been seeing these around Twitter about me, Pokemon, and you can see all of the categories here. I'll just be doing it off the dome, and we'll talk about it a little bit, making it more extended on why I chose what I chose. Because I do want to make a lot more Pokemon videos that aren't just playing Nuzlocke. And while I do want to make longer form content about like lore and stuff eventually, I need something easy for now, because I'm still catching up on reviews for the main channel for all the media I'm consuming. So without further ado, favorite overall is easy. It's really just my nostalgia pick. It won't change. Typhlosion. I started with red and blue, but gold and silver is really where I like locked in on Pokemon, probably just because I was like a couple years older. I was able to read a little bit better, and just overall, I really liked the vibes of the Johto region. I just realized I said 6-7. Shit. Second favorite. Now, second favorite's hard. I think I'm gonna just go with Pikachu as an umbrella for Pichu, Pikachu, and Raichu. Because I go through phases where any of those could be my favorite at a time, along with Typhlosion. And for my OC, their main Pokemon is Pikachu. I love the trend of like the starter Pikachu. Obviously, brand recognition, you just shoved Pikachu a bunch and you either like it or you don't. I happen to like it. I think that's a fair second. Maybe more Pichu than Pikachu. I've always been a big Pichu stan. Maybe that's also Johto influence. I don't know. Least favorite. I don't hate any Pokemon really. I will say, we'll just do the easy slam dunk and throw Bruxish there. I've come around on Bruxish a little bit though. I don't even know why. I can't even give you an explanation. Next we've got underrated. Ooh. I'm gonna think about this for a second. Because it's a fascinating concept being underrated. Anything in Pokemon. It's the biggest franchise in the world. Nothing is niche, right? Which is why it's always funny when people do niche arguments about Pokemon stuff. There's definitely nicher things than others, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna argue that more people are fans of, like, I don't know, Shroomish than Pikachu all of a sudden, no. But there's plenty of fans for most Pokemon out there. So to be truly underrated, you gotta be something that, in my opinion, is a good Pokemon. And not necessarily as competitive, because I feel like there's too many people out there that only look at Pokemon from a competitive standpoint. I really enjoy the lore as well, the characters, it's the same thing as just being fascinated in bugs and animals as a kid. Just, I'm 23 now. I gotta go through something like low key. I'm whipping out the Pokedex for this one. First off, it's nothing in Kanto. We revisit Kanto at least once a week. Sorry, Kanto. Love you just as much as anyone else, I guess. But it's no one from there. Johto has options. Like, if you're going underrated starters, Chikorita, I feel like was slammed on a lot when I was younger, but I don't think it's gonna be a starter either. Just out of the nature of being a starter. Now, the question is, like, do we go with the first few generations or something later? Because the newer ones can be underrated, but they are new as well. But if we go with one that's been underrated for a while, I don't know why I'm putting so much stake in this question, like this is the end of all things, but I don't know. Because if we want to be underrated for a while, then it's truly underrated. I've got a couple options in mind, but the way I grew up was very disconnected from the internet. So my opinions on like older Pokemon and my thoughts on them might be different than like the wider internet's. Obviously, I know the wider internet's opinion on like Gen 5 forward, but Gens 1 through 4 is just kind of my own perception. Because I was about to say like unknown maybe, because of how cool they are, how much they have to offer, but like, not only does the Pokemon company just not expand on the lore as much as they could when their connection to Arceus and stuff, they like to leave it to mystery, but also I just don't see much from the fan side of it, which I understand because it's also not like, I don't know, most people aren't using Unknowns on their team, but I think Unknowns also like cool enough to be underrated. But I don't know, it's still early Pokemon. People still like Johto because of the cancel connection. Still got a lot of Gen 1ers that are favorable towards Gen 2, so I also hesitate to give Gen 2 anything underrated, but because of that same reason, it is underrated a lot. Also, Johto stands speaking. I'm making it very clear where my allegiance lies here. But, I don't know. There's a lot of good options. Even, like, Gen 5 has a lot of good options, but I don't know. Maybe we'll go to, like, a Gen 8 or 9 Pokemon. Maybe that would be good. But then there's also, like, kids that grew up playing those games are going to love a lot of those. It's so hard to do this. We'll just go with the newest gen. Let's see. We'll go with Gen 9 and see one that, like, I think is cool. Maybe not everyone uses or something, or that I don't see a lot of people talk about. I mean, like, Low Kicks is really cool, very clearly inspired by Toku. Kind of looks like something you'd see in a Sentai series. I actually don't really, I haven't kept up with Gen 9 competitive like at all, so I don't really know who people use. Noctli I thought was a really cool design in that whole line. Charcadet line's not underrated, I'll tell you that. People love them. We could also go like Muscle and Plainon or Pachirisu or something. But that's also just me liking Pika clones. I don't know, man. This is so hard. This is so hard. I'm just gonna say unknown. I'm just gonna say unknown because I don't want to be here all day. That's literally it. All right. Ooh. So I'm gonna look up most popular Pokemon. I know immediately Charizard's here. I don't want to use the AI answer, but we'll just go to Bulbapedia. Like, Greninja, I don't even think is too overrated. Ash Greninja did give him extra aura farming. That's why he was one of my favorite Pokemon for a while, more than he probably would have been otherwise. I wouldn't say Rayquaza is overrated, for example, as well, because like I think his coolness matches the hype he's given. Charizard is an example where I see why he's loved so much. Only reason I might push back a tiny bit is because of the extra shit he's given. Like, he was given 2 Mega Forms right off the fucking bat, right? Mewtwo makes sense. Like, a legendary Pokemon getting 2. In the grand scheme of things, that makes more sense to me than Charizard just getting 2, while the other 2 starters don't. So stuff like that, and then, like, the very clear, like, you know, Leon got 1, and then having certain characters, like, just shoving them everywhere because of that fan base kind of has given him some artificial overrating. So, not to be too mean to Charizard here, because I love Charizard as much as the next guy. And once again, not to give too much credence to like Kanto and every fucking answer, but we're gonna do Charizard. Now next is best starter. Let's whip out our starters list. Now this is a very pixelated picture, but you can tell. While I'm here, do I say my favorite from each one? Or is that just a different video? Favorite is different than best. If we're gonna say best, I'll say starter Eevee from Let's Go. I don't know how true this is overall, but my guess would be that that's like the most broken one. Look at that moveset. Like, yes, Pikachu from Let's Go also has a crazy stat boost, but not the wide variety of moves. Okay, Eevee starter, but it doesn't have a picture. So we'll just do this. But you guys, I'm gonna do this. Oh, fuck. That's not what whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to do. Best Dynamax. Ooh. So I'm assuming this means Gigantamax. I love Pikachu's because of the bringing back Fat Pikachu. But let's look them up. Let's look them up. I don't want to miss any. The starters are really cool. Love Pikachu's. Gengar's is really nice. Eevee's is cute. Snorlax's is smart. Garbodor's is awesome. Melmetal's is fine. I really like Rillaboom's. Cinderace's is cool. A little much for me. Even though Cinderace is my favorite starter from Galar. I really like Hatteran's, wherever this is going to be in here. And I love Alchemy's. Grimmsnarl's is cool, but it's just kind of an extension of normal Grimmsnarl stuff that I like already. It's not because of the Gigantamax that I like it more. Urshifu's is just, you know, they're there, I guess. Superage is actually pretty nice. What the fuck? Army! I'm getting hit by an army blast here. The bottom, it's fucking huge. I might go Alchemy. I'll go Alchemy. Inteleon's is pretty cool, too. I'm low-key, ooh, I never fucking see Butterfreeze. This is so nice. Okay, I can't see it now, but that was really nice as well. Hold on. How could I forget such a beautiful specimen exists? It's between Gmax Butterfree, Gmax Garbodor, and Alchemy. I'll give it to Alchemy. That was kind of what I was thinking going in, and it's still my favorite, probably. Best Mega. This is going to be one that pisses everyone off, and is going to be the hardest to choose. I don't know, by the way, I'm choosing right now. If we're going, like, favorite that I'm hype about, this doesn't even have it. But, like, having Mega Raichu now, I love. Even if it's, like, one of them is just clearly Mega Pikachu. But it turns out that the one that I like more isn't even the one that's Pikachu-like. It ended up being Mega Raichu X. Because bro's a whole superhero. And he looks way better in-game than he did in the renders that we first saw, I feel like. But if we're going off of what's in here, because this doesn't even have the new Megas. I'm trying to think of the new ones as well, though. We're once again pulling up the list. Oh, Mega Raichu X is so cool. Clefable's goated. I like the starters as well, but, you know. I really love Meganiums. Dragonites I actually really like. I know a lot of people didn't. I like Mega Gengar more than I like Gmax Gengar. But I like them for similar reasons. For Alligator, I think is cool in renders, in art, not in game. Ampharos I've always loved. Tyranitar's I think is really cool with like its big visual language. Oh, I forgot about the Hoenn trio. They're really good. Gardevoir is really awesome, but I already like Gardevoir for like a lot of the similar elegance reasons the Mega gives it. Altaria's I think adds a lot visually. And that's kind of my go at this, right? It's like what adds the most. Rayquaza somehow makes him even cooler. I like Heatrons in lore. It's spooky to me, though. Frostlass is so cool. I forgot. That's probably my favorite of the new ones. Scrafty's has unfortunate coloring. Golurk's is really cool. Greninja is really cool. Delphox is really cool. This is hard. This is hard. Haluchis is goated, Mexican wrestler. I don't even know. There's so fucking many. This is hard. Mega Lucario, I feel like, is like the blueprint of coolness as well. It kind of sucks because a lot of this just isn't on the thing. I can't even look them up because you guys can't see. I'll show you guys again this side. This is all it's letting me choose from, all the old ones. So we're gonna have to go with an old one, unfortunately. Maybe I'm overthinking this, trying to be like niche, because once again, there's just nothing niche. I might just go Diancie because it's really pretty. Mega Metagross is fine, but it's not too much outside of what I like normal Metagross for. Tyranitar's is so cool. Blaziken's so cool. You know what? We're just gonna go. I'll go with Diancie. Fuck it. It's not the best. I'm just saying best, but I'm just going favorite here. And it's not even any of these. It would probably be like Mega Raichu X or something. I don't know. So yeah. Alright. Next, we've got Best Regional Variant. Okay. Alolan Raichu's goated. Alolan Sandslash is goated. Alolan Ninetales is goated. And when I say their final evolution, I mean their whole line too, if they have it. Like Arcanine. Ooh, Ponyta's being... Ooh, I love Ponyta. I don't like Rapidash as much, but it's still cool. Ooh, Galarian Ponyta might be my favorite. Mux, I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of these. I'm a big fan of most of these. Marowak is just fucking aura on top of an already cool Pokemon. I like the hat that Weezing gets. I don't mind Tauros's. I like the black color scheme. The legendary birds I think are cool. Oh, it might be Typhlosion because somehow they made my favorite Pokemon even cooler. Ooh. I am a big fan of Lilligants. I'm a big fan of Yamask's. Zora's is pretty cool. The industry plant Pokemon, somehow cooler now than when it was an industry plant. I'm just going to say Typhlosion. Just cuz. Although, there's many good answers. Best Eeveelution. Now, as a kid, when I only knew the first three, it was probably Jolteon, but it was also Flareon at times, and also Vaporeon at times. Between Gen 2 is the same. Like, it was Umbreon, then Espeon, then Umbreon, then Espeon. And then when I found out about Gen 4s, it was like, probably more Glaceon, but I still really like Leafeon. Now, though, it's no fucking contest. Ever since a particular one was introduced, named Sylveon. Really easy answer for me. Younger me would definitely disagree, though. Older me likes cute Pokemon a lot. Younger me definitely liked a bit of everything more. I think not necessarily leaning towards just immediate, like, I like the pink one. But, I don't know. I still value a lot, though. I mean, Typhlosion's still here. This isn't just me liking him out of nostalgia. This is still me genuinely enjoying him as much as I joke about it. Would have as a pet. I think this is really easy. It would probably just be Eevee. But, you know what? We'll go with another one. We'll go with Boltund, because Boltund is like a dog. And I have a dog. So we'll go with that. Best looking shiny. Ooh. Okay. I don't have every shiny Pokemon memorized, so we're gonna pull out the database again. There are some really clean ones. A lot of the early ones are done dirty by the fact that it was like an algorithm. I think they're chosen now. They don't exactly like go into depth about their process. I don't think the Pokemon Company ever has. But they're definitely more chosen now, more specific about it. A lot of the early ones I think just look good on the Game Boy Color and not now. Like Gengar was done dirty for the longest out of the changing of the saturation. I think that was fixed in ZA a little bit. But like I don't know how he looks in Champions. Oh, there's so many good ones. And if you can't tell, ooh, Suicune's is amazing. I totally forgot about that. I really like Celebi's as well. If you can't tell by now as well, a lot of these have a lot of great answers. There's just so many Pokemon, so, you know, don't get mad if there's something that you don't agree with here. Gardevoirs is great. This is just going to end up being a Pokemon of mine that's already a favorite that I really like. It's shiny. I'll try to refrain from choosing something I've already chosen, though. We want to keep this a little diverse. I'm really not sure what to pick. There's amazing options all around. Like, I'm so moved by these legends. A lot of the legendary ones are really good. Like, Suicune's. Oh, Zoroark here is really good. I could literally just spin a wheel. There's so many good ones. I'm really moved by black ones, like Palossand and Sandygast. Like, the all black ones look really good. Zygarde's is really good. Yveltal's is really good. Ooh, Xerneas. Like, either the all black or all white ones with a little, like, minimal bit of color in there are really, really good. But I do not know. I'm overthinking all of these. I'm so sorry, guys. This video is way longer than it has to be. Definitely not getting Piss Arceus. I'm sorry. Giratina's is really cool. I have it in Go. I don't remember if it was Origin or... I think it's Altered. Mantyke is cute. Spiritombs moves me fucking hella though. I might go Spiritomb out of not wanting to scroll another like 20 minutes through these and overthinking it. So there's many good candidates. Well, let me look at Suicunes again. Similar color palette. I'm kind of moved by the light blues. Ooh, maybe I'm underrating Gen 1 and Gen 2 shinies a little bit. I'm gonna go with Suicune. I'll go Spirit. I'll go Spiritomb. I'll go Suicune. I'll go Suicune. Okay. Alright guys, so I noticed while editing this that I accidentally skipped the I don't know why I like this, but I do section, and I decided to give it to Probopass. There was a bazillion good options here. I wanted to choose one where I really like them, but they don't follow the usual design philosophy that I end up falling in love with. As I've mentioned, I love your big monsters, and I also like your really cute ones, but Probopass is just kind of he's not even a funny little guy, because he's a funny big guy, and I don't know, he just doesn't seem like the type of Pokemon that normally reads Eddie. But to be fair, I do love a lot of funny little guys. Like I said, he's a funny big guy, but he's got some goofy eyes, and he's kind of derpy, kind of silly. I love Pokemon with designs like that. So this is kind of cheating there, but I thought this would be the most, like, if you guys are watching me for the first time and you're getting to know kind of my taste, you'd be like, oh shit, okay, he's a Probopass fan. Because yeah, I mean, he's got a mustache. It's just kind of a silly little design. I love it. Kind of not the right choice, because I guess it's supposed to be I don't know why I like this, but I was really trying. I tried. I spent like 20 minutes looking, and I couldn't think of like one where I look at it and not know why I like it. I feel like you generally know why you like something, whether you want to admit it or not. But yeah, let's move on to the next part. It has a personal story behind it. Ooh. I actually do have one with a personal story behind it. So as I've mentioned, I like my Pika clones a lot. When I was younger, I loved them every time I got to know one. And I was probably like 10 or 11 or some shit when I first, maybe a little younger, when I first got to know about Pachirisu. I don't think I'd played the Sinnoh games yet at the time, because I got to play those a little later due to not having a DS yet. So maybe I was a little younger. I could have been like 8 or some shit. But I knew Pachirisu. I had a card of it, and it was my favorite Pokemon for a short time. And I remember being on a run with my dad and my brother and being like so far behind because I was just ass at running. I was a kid. Like, I'm not like I am now where, you know, I'm kind of goated, which I don't know what I'm saying because I haven't been able to run in months because I'm hurt, but whatever. Oversharing time. But I remember, and this is some cringe shit, but I pretended that Pachirisu was with me. I used to do this a lot. Like, I would just pretend that. So I must have been really young, because I don't think I did that when I was a little bit older than that. So I'm assuming between like 7 and 9, somewhere in that range. But I remember about to go up a tough hill. My brother and my dad are way ahead of me, and I'm like, shit. I didn't say shit, obviously, but I'm like, Pachirisu, let's go. You know, I pretend to run with my Pokemon friend. So that's a story that I remember. That is a story that I actively remember. So we go Pachirisu. Very nostalgic to me. So, basically, anything from here. And not the shinies, obviously. It all leads back to Gen 1. We'll go Squirtle. You know why? Squirtle was the first starter I ever picked in Pokemon Blue. Me and my brother, we had Pokemon Blue, Red, Yellow, Gold, Crystal, Silver. We started with Red and Blue. I don't know why we somehow played in the right order, because I don't remember anyone directing us to. Because I remember playing Blue first, and then Gold later, and then the third versions at some point. But yeah. Yeah, somehow that happened. But yeah, this is my about me and my yapping about it. This took way longer than I thought it would. I thought this was going to be a quick video. I ended up yapping for 30 minutes. Definitely going to cut that down for you guys. But yeah, let me know what you think. Send me the links to yours in the comments. I would love to see everyone's things and explanations why. So yeah, have a great day, and I'm out. Peace.